Yeah. And then we'll also go live on TikTok. Oh shit, I gotta log in. How y'all doing? Anyone want to do a show and tell? That would be awesome. Showcase something. I'm here. Let's see what the worst. That's okay. No pressure. The stream is gonna be about harness engineering. And then Noah said, let's discuss SpaceX wanting to buy Cursor, the realities of AI, GPT image to UI makeover. Open to more ideas too. If anyone has ideas for what they want me to look at on stream. Oh, that YouTube went live. Okay. Supposedly. Wait, let's see. Oh, it's true. Well, yeah. Just realized the screen is, there we go. Not updating. Now it is. We got the YouTube live. We got Discord. Shout out to PSP and A. I'm on streamer mode, so I can't see their full name, but any agentic orchestration patterns? Yeah. Okay. That's something we could cover. Harness engineering is kind of like in the same Venn diagram. SpaceX worst decision to buy Cursor. Way too overrated. Elon just wants to dominate AI when he can. How agentic engineering is different from harness engineering. Yeah, so there's no like agreed upon exact definition for either, and there's definitely overlap. But just by looking at that, agentic could assume multiple agents, whereas harness could assume a singular agent. Is like a wild, vague way for me to try to differentiate them, but you know, you could say either is either, or they're both the same. Okay. How do we catch up with this speed? Every month, something new. Well, the cool thing is, because it's so rapidly changing, even if you take a break, release the anxiety, when you come back, there'll be something new. And then you could be the first one to do that new thing, because there's just like new shit coming out. And it doesn't always, like a lot of the time, it doesn't even require prior knowledge, though prior knowledge does help if you are constantly just like, you know, watching these streams and learning about harness engineering. Which I will get into once TikTok is live, which should be soon. What kind of music do you guys like? I think I'm gonna start putting some music on as well. Lo-fi jazz, oh yeah, that's a good vibe. PSP, lo-fi jazz, instrumental. Let's go. While we do that, there's some deep house. Yeah. I'm gonna let this play. We got the jazz coming up later. Okay, is TikTok working yet? Yeah, we go. about X? Nope. Fuck. Where's its studio? Oh, here we go. No? Ah, fuck X. No one ever watches on X anyway. Yo, Joy Jam, what's up? From Spain. Yo, welcome. Can we finally say that we are 100x dev? Compared to 3 years ago, yes. 100x is so easy compared to 3 years ago. In certain domains, like 0 to 1, definitely. 0 to 1, I think we conquered ages ago, but you know, still in like hard problems in software engineering, I don't think we can say we're 100x, but we're definitely accelerated. All right, lo-fi jazz. Okay. What's up, TikTok? Welcome, welcome. What's up, YouTube? It's just YouTube and TikTok and Discord today. I do want to try to get all the chat together, so let's see if I can do that. Oh, what? This isn't the right title. Dude, this is a complete... Oh, dude, that's probably why. This is a completely different... Where's it? Okay, we got an updated description now. Whoa. All right, let's see if we get stream. Wait, where's the chat here? Derhan, what's up? AI Whisperer, what's up? What's up? Best of Bhutan. Bhutan Tours, good to see you. Revant, let's get your chat up on the screen. Shit, where should I go here? Maybe on top. Someone else say something. Okay. That's pretty good. I just gotta get TikTok too. Dun, dun. You need free API keys? Yeah, join the secrets Discord, discord.gg/secrets, and then tell them I sent you. They got free API keys there for LLMs. What's up, Alex? What's your problem? What am I cooking? I'm going to be researching harness engineering.
Discord.gg. For what? I started a project for VoiceEye and I entered front-end dev to develop the front end. There is free models in OpenRouter too. GG
Yeah.
secrets.
Yeah. Free models in OpenRouter too, for sure. Okay. I think we got the chat set up for YouTube and Discord. I mean, YouTube and TikTok. Discord, unfortunately. Is it possible to get Discord? It is possible. It is possible. There's a lot possible with social stream. I just haven't set it up. Yo, what's up, G? So I'm gonna have to see Discord manually every now and then. Would love to hear your point of view on it. An orchestrator creating ad hoc subagents. Do you think that's over-engineering, or how will the industry? So subagents, I think, is very valuable and not over-engineering. Just the concept of subagents, an agent being able to create more agents. Sub kind of implies there's a higher level agent that creates or orchestrates the ones on the lower level. But you can also have the Teams version where agents can still create new agents, but they act more on a peer-to-peer. Like they can send messages to and from. Whereas the flow of information on a orchestration level is a bit different. In a lot of cases, I use today I built DotAgents for multiple agents, but I've removed every single agent and I just use the main agent profile. This agent can still create sub-agents, but they don't have individual profiles. That's a personal preference that I've come to, but I definitely see the value of multiple specialist agents for sure. Uncensored LLM webpage. Do I have one? Try Venice AI, I think. Or just ask in that same Discord, man. That's what they talk about there. I don't know. It's not really an area of my personal interest. Okay. Harness engineering, what's that? Yes. That's what we're gonna get into. AJ AI enthusiast, what's up? Is this new? Harness and DotAgents? Yeah, this is my harness. This was called Speak MCP back in the day, but I've changed the name because everyone used to think it was an MCP server when it was really a harness. But yeah, today we're gonna be looking at harness engineering. It's a trending term, similar to how vibe code trended. I'm gonna give I'm new to this too, so we're kind of gonna be researching together. I'm gonna give my understanding of what I think it is. Is DotAgents open source? Yes. So maybe I can give my opinion on this because I consider this a harness. DotAgents-mono. Pretty much when I think harness, I think agentic loop. Yeah, when I hear harness engineering, I think agentic loop. And how do you build that system? And how do you build that system to be optimal for what your goals and values are? Yo, Durhan. Where are you on? This is the... Is it secrets or secret? I think it's secrets. I just sent it on Discord. Yeah, so this is what I think. And, there's different levels. It's I'm building my own harness from scratch. But that's not everyone. Even if you're using a harness, not building, you can do harness engineering. And that's like via things like agents.md, skills, like model specifying models. Like, I think this all fits under harness engineering. Now check this out. This is a cool feature my harness has that not many other harnesses have. If I go, actually, you know what? I'm gonna pause the music every time I think something is clip worthy. DotAgents has this unique. My DotAgents harness has this unique feature that I haven't seen many. My DotAgents harness has a unique feature I haven't seen in any other harness. If I go Control-Shift-X, I can select something. Is everything that I've said here make sense? And submit that to my harness. Boom. You see that photo sent, OpenAI codex off, GPT 5.5, the latest and greatest, and straight away we get an answer. I have TTS off, but we can manually TTS as well. Oh no, yeah, turn it on. Here we go. Damn, this one's slow. I think this is locally.
Yes,
no.
The idea makes sense.
Actually, no.
I tighten the wording a bit. Harness engineering equals designing and tuning the system around an agentic loop so it reliably serves your goals, workflows, and values. Your points are clear. You're building your own harness from scratch, but most people won't. Even if someone uses an existing harness, they can still do harness engineering by configuring agents, skills, prompts, instructions, model choices, tools, memory, and feedback loops. Small grammar fixes. When I hear
But yeah, I think. Yeah, no, that's good. That's fine. I don't think that did any research. Because I've done a bunch of research with X of it. I think that query didn't actually go. Didn't it? Yeah, it just did thinking and gave an answer. Didn't do any research. Do research online. Let's ask the different agents, different LLMs, what harness engineering is.
Yes, the idea makes sense. I tighten the wording a bit. Harness engineering equals designing and tuning the system around an agentic loop so it reliably serves your goals, workflows, and values. Your points are clear. You're building your own harness from scratch, but most people won't. Even if someone uses an existing harness, they can still do harness engineering by configuring agents, skills, prompts, instructions, model choices, tools, memory, and feedback loops.
Yeah, feedback loops. See, that's something I didn't even mention. Did I? It's in my YouTube description, but that's actually a really big one. Feedback loops. I don't think it was fun, man.
Yes, online research supports your framing, with one refinement. Your idea makes sense. Harness engineering is emerging as the discipline around the non-model system that makes agents work. Context,
Agentic.
Tools, memory, permissions, verification loops, observability, retries, cost limits, and state persistence. I'd sharpen your line to, when I hear harness engineering, I think of designing the system around the agentic loop. What context the agent gets, what tools it can use, how actions are verified, how state persists, and how the system stays aligned with your goals and values. Your examples are right too. Building your own harness from scratch is one form of harness engineering. But users of existing harnesses can still do it by configuring agents.md, skills, models, permissions, workflows, memory, evils, and feedback loops. The strongest researched point, agent reliability often improves more from the harness than from changing the model. So your framing is directionally solid.
Yeah. Are you still working with Factory? the last time I used them, they had this missions release thing, and Ray had a collaboration event with them in SF. And yeah, I ran a mission. They gave like 200k credits out for that event. I ran that, and then I think I used it for a few more days, but then, you know, I haven't used it since. Take the harness docs from Anthropic, feed it to Claude and Codex. After a few loops of investigation, you get the latest. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Claude Code harness is actually that good. I think it's kind of mid. But everything else Anthropic's doing is kind of top. It's great to take a look at agents daily, the changelogs, and official documentation. Yeah, I also look at the other like harnesses that I think are really good, like Pi, Open Code. These are open source, like all the open source harnesses. Like I look at like OpenClaw. These are all have like different purposes of why they're good. Like I think Open Code's TUI is great, like Open TUI. Yeah. Is there more? I'm probably missing some more. Durhan, bro. Just join my Discord. I've tried to send it. I think TikTok might be blocking it. But if you go to techfriend.net and then you click the Discord button, you should get it. And if you can't get that, I'm sorry. Like that's the last time I'm gonna address that question. What harness do you prefer? Hermes is okay. I've been using my own harness the most for general use. But yeah, I mean, it's not good on a VPS or as like a, yeah. So for the VPS, I actually have been using Hermes on Discord. Shout out Discord. Did I miss any messages? No, sweet. We have FriendBot in here, and he's been working off. Let me try to find it. Hold up. Yeah, FriendBot. Check out this. I want to show this. So, shout out to Realtime. This guy. He let me use. He's got a service where you can like play with a Hermes agent. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of them. You know, he has the VPS and he just gives you the SSH or whatever. Anyway, he's got it with Kimi K2 for free. And there was like this thing on Twitter where is it? Let's see the original post. This one. Our team is stunned. We gave Claude Opus 4.6 by Anthropic 10K to trade on Polymarket. It now has an account value of $70,000. And then it's just like Opus 4.6 overtaking everything. But then like everyone looked into it and they're like, first of all, it's fake money, not real money. And oops. And the trades weren't even real. Like the liquidity wasn't there and the dates were off too, supposedly. So it was just like super BS. But they got almost 1 million impressions. So it's like in terms of marketing, that was pretty good. Anyway, what they do have, which I think is cool, is they actually show the reasoning for all these agents on their website. So you can go to market overview and then see like GLM7, like what's it thinking about the market. And you used to be able to expand these, yeah, to see all their reasoning. They're like, okay, I'm looking at this cycle because of this. And they have an API and you can see like all their beliefs. So I set up the Hermes agent. I'm like, can you scrape the reasonings from this every 5 minutes and post an update of upcoming potential trades? And it was able to do it like off that one prompt. Or maybe 2 prompts. But yeah, you get stuff like that. And it all full looks on like Polymarket and what the different models are thinking and what sides of the bet they're taking. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it ended up being bullshit. So I'm like, kill it. This was running on Hermes. It did pretty well. Hermes with Kimi 2.6. So shout out Realtime for that. Droid, you burnt out after all the AI stuff. Yeah, just take a break, man. Go touch some nature. Okay, so let's spend the next 10 minutes going into harness engineering. Specifically, I want to look at there's a couple like harness engineering things that kind of feed back to feedback loops. And one of those is Karpathy AutoResearch framework. So yeah, let's look into that. Because I think it has some... It's just like 3 files. Here, yeah. Prepare.py, train.py, and program.md. These are the only files that matter for auto research. Kind of want to document that. Maybe not like that. Maybe a screenshot. Ah. So prepare.py, fixed constraints, one-time data prep. So this runs before the loop starts. Okay, so this doesn't ship with an agent, it seems, does it? Because it says... How do I use this? Oh, Control-Shift-A. Shift-A. Oh, cool. This says... the single file that the agent edits. But I don't think they ship with an agent. Baseline instructions for one agent. So it's like bring your own agent, I suppose. Let's check out DeepWiki for this. How do I use this? Do I need to bring my own agent? 5.5 doesn't have 1 mil context. Yeah, in my harness, I've had it like aggressively trim the context. Like it never really goes over 40%. Because I think like keeping that context small improves performance. You don't need to bring your own agent. Any AI coding assistant like Claude Codex. It's kind of what I meant. The auto research system is designed to be pointing to an existing AI agent in program.md. Okay. So let's read program.md. Let me update my stream status. Update stream status, include a point under harness engineering. If you can, indent it. That'd be great. Call it auto research deep dive. Damn. This does not look good at that zoom. Anyway. Agree on a run tag. To set up a new experiment, work with the user to agree on a run. Okay, so you just point your agent at this file. Should we watch a YouTube video? Let's watch a short. Get started. Okay, the only auto research.
Leap and watch it improve. And yes, at the end of the video, I'll show you how you can build your first auto research loop. And yes, you can do this.
Yeah, show me.
Or cursor. I'm going to be using cursor here. Just install an IDE of some sort, and we're going to use a coding agent. I'm going to use close code. So I'm going to open an empty project here. Boom, nothing in here. Sorry, boom, paste it in.
Create a new folder, original root level, and there clone AutoResearch. Okay. Now create the /website folder, the root level, and in there start building project. Build me a simple okay, that's just to get his project started. Create benchmark MJS. I might have to listen to what he's saying here. He lost me.
Where we're going to build something with AutoResearch for us, but I also want to keep the original repository here so we can use it as reference. Next, I'm going to say, now create /website folder root level, and in there, build the following project. XML text, boom, project. So I have described the clear vision for a simple web app, and what I'm going to show you is how you can use AutoResearch to optimize any website.
Yo, JR Box, what we're doing, AutoResearch deep dive. By Andre Karpathy.
Whether it's your AI startup, any type of website, to optimize the loading times or anything else that you can measure. Loading times are very easy to measure, so they're a great candidate for an AutoResearch loop. So
okay, so he's building an AutoResearch loop to optimize the loading time for his website.
This so that we can build our own AutoResearch loop. And in fact, while this is running, let me launch a codex in YOLO mode. Boom, we put it here. So I'm going to rename it so it's clear for you guys what it's what. Codex CLI. GB 5.4 is actually really good at fixing and debugging, but Cloud Code with Opus 4.6 is really incredible to work with, especially with fast mode. I know it costs a lot of money if you do /fast, but I highly recommend it, and I also highly recommend it inside of Codex. And keep it on high, extra high is usually overkill. So for Codex, I'm going to say create a benchmark.mjs file inside of /original folder where it's
done. Added the indented AutoResearch.
So that seems like the first step you need to do is the setup. So you need to work towards building a kind of feedback. Does it say that here? Okay, we can ignore this. Downloads trading data, trains a VP. This is very specific to what he's doing. And runtime utilities, not modified yet. So here, I'm just going to say like, can I type here, please? White. Am I white? Okay, let's do red. That looks shit. Pretty much here, you want to build your feedback signal. Build your evaluation / feedback signal system. I'm going to play the music. Heads up, headphones, people. I don't think it's too loud, though.
It makes sense. We're going to give it eval instructions. You can hit.
That was supposed to play music. Okay, I think this is like, all right, I'm going to do my own personal step-by-step. 1, build your evaluation / feedback signal system. Give some examples like, this is kind of like a harness in itself.
Added the indented AutoResearch deep dive point under harness engineering and verified it shows on status.
Thanks. So this is things like tests that run, or could be LLMs that judge. This is also good. Okay, those are 2 good examples. Where'd chat go? I lost chat. Over here. SpeakMCP was 1 task away from OpenClaw. Yeah, there's a lot of overlap, but OpenClaw absolutely exploded way past SpeakMCP. I tried to use OpenClaw instead of SpeakMCP because I was like, wow, they have so much more shit. But, you know, I'm back. We use DotAgents. Anyway, okay, so that's step 1. That's pretty much prepared up high. Build your evaluation system. This is pretty much the feedback signal. To build your loop. Build your loop, which this, I think, they don't talk about the log either. That's why I'm thinking, like, should I make my own? Or should we copy? How does, wait, yeah, hold on. How does Andre do it?
Enter. Okay, actually, first I'm gonna say read the.
Because so far,
understand where the eval script should be. Boom.
Okay. Wait, did he clone the Karpathy? I think he did.
Efficient way to store coding projects. That's all you need to understand. You don't need to be a Git expert, nothing like that. All you need to do is click here on the code and click copy here. That's it. Next, you need an IDE. So either VS Code or Cursor. I'm going to use no files, new folder /original in our repo root level, and in there clone this GitHub repository. Boom, paste it in, and again, Claude will know what to do exactly. So
okay, so he did clone AutoResearch.
Original repository following project XML text. Boom.
And then he created a website in the root level. So it's like a sibling to AutoResearch. Yes. I think, okay.
Launch a codex, fixing and debugging, but inside of where it makes sense.
Then he said create a benchmark.js in the, I think that's still the root folder. So they're all siblings.
Not original, because this is going to use Puppeteer to test the speed locally of this website. We should have the project running on Alex Morgan, just a simple portfolio website. Like you could see this literally like 10, 15 years ago. Every website looked like this. Everybody who like is new to HTML and CSS would have stuff like this in high school and think they're the best website designer. I'm guilty of that as well. But anyways, let's see whether Quex finished this. Okay, it did. So we have the setup. So now let's understand the repo, right? Remember, there are the three main files: program.md, train.py, and prepare.py. So the original program.md looks like this from Karpathy, and he wrote this himself. This is a very useful instruction, by the way. Feel free to steal this prompt into many of your.
Okay, so yeah, program.md is like the mission, right?
So the original program.
Yeah.
.md looks like this from Karpathy.
Wait, it says do the setup. I don't know why I'm watching it from his YouTube. Agree on a tag based on today's date. The tag must not already exist. So it works heavily off Git. That's one way to have a log. Okay, interesting. There's a whole log on Git. Okay, we're just gonna also just have like build your loop 3, define your, this is like more than a goal. It's like set up, it's kind of like define your loop in here as well. So maybe this is like, this is like both. Build your loop. It's gonna have like logging system, Git. What to optimize, and how. And then
this from Karpathy, and he wrote this.
What else is it like? Okay, let's also look at train.py since we're going through all this. Yo, technically Web3, what's up? Thanks for the rose. Ryan S. Doing well. How are you? DevXAI, welcome guys. Just about to jump into Discord and find beta users. Yeah, go for it. Love the test you have on the right there. What did you use to make that? So this is like a custom HTML status thing that I've made under the chat. I think I might have made it fully with .agents, which is what I use to control it. Like you can see, I was like, update the stream status to include a point under harness engineering. If you can indent it, that'd be great. I think it actually changed the code to indent it as well. But normally it's just like stream status is something I update. This is the first use case that I built .agents for. So while I'm streaming, I can use voice to update the stream status. What am I making? We're researching at the moment. I'm not making anything right at the moment, but we're researching AutoResearch And this is all under harness engineering. So I figured when I see harness engineering, there's like two main things I'm thinking about: feedback loops and agentic loop. And yeah, and the most famous like auto research feedback loop at the moment is Andre Karpathy's auto research framework. I think you can also consider things like a Ralph loop here. Oops. Like, well, it's like Ralph loop like doesn't necessarily need to have feedback, I think. So, but Ralph loop would be an agentic loop. But it's like, yeah, Ralph loop. Any harness is an agentic loop. So you say code, codex, Augie. Yeah, and I'm building my own, but it's not for everyone. Like, even if you do things like Agents MD, you're still harness engineering. Even if you're just using a harness, but like engineering like that. That's like the definition I'm going with. And then yeah, feedback loops is kind of a part of engineering. So you have the auto research framework, but it's like even without a framework, like you could build a custom, like even test suite. I'd say a test suite is a part of a feedback loop for harness engineering. Because if you have a test suite in your code base, that's going to give feedback to the agentic loop. So yeah. Have I used GPT Image 2 Pro? Bro, yeah, dude, it's so good. GPT Image 2 is insane. 5.5 or Opus 4. I think because of the subsidization in Codex allowing you to use your usage anywhere, I've been using 5.5, and I think it is smarter. Opus does have some niches where it's better, but on a general GPT. I'm building a bi-directional agent who's supposed to be able to call text, email you an app. Awesome, dude. That's a shit. Everyone's building that now. Not specifically that, but yeah, building agents for sure. So I kind of want to set up my own auto research framework. My biggest issue with all this, so this is like harness engineering, agentic loop, and feedback loops. These are what it comprises of or some shit. Okay. Now, specifically with Andre Karpathy. Oh man, I hear a dog. You hear these dogs? I want to go into that. My issue with those is like finding an optimization task. Was initially hard for me, but I don't think it has to be that hard. So to find a task, it needs to be able to be put in the feedback loop, essentially. And it'd be great if objective feedback Like quantitative feedback. Because that way it's like can be optimized. But once we get that, I think we can do something. So I want to try to think of a loop that's like fast enough we get feedback. So let's think of a project like the obvious one. First one that I'm thinking of right now is like something to work on chess. To build like a chess engine under 50 kilobytes. Maybe we could do that. Let's see, is there a light ladder? But build a game? What kind of game? Yo, Andy G, what's up? Long time no see. Elon confirmed Grok 4.5 is AGI. Elon says a lot of stuff. A Wordle solver. Yeah. So I think like David Ondrej, his name, he had a pretty like easy one. Just optimizing page load speed. Maybe, you know, I'm mostly working on DotAgents these days, so we could find something to optimize here. That could be one thing. Could also have a look at my projects and see what else. I bet I've made a lot of repositories. Play some music while we find someone. Space game. Make the Wordle solver my benchmark. Ooh. We could do that. I want something simple. That one has a lot of moving pieces. Pokemon GTA space game. Yeah. Let's see, hold on. It'd be good to like maybe reuse something I have as well. Ooh. Pitch animations. This is pretty cool. Let me show you guys this. Actually, let's do Speak MCP. Can you open the pitch animations repository inside a new iTerm window? Oh, I don't know if I have iTerm MCP. Oh man, this thing is submitting. Let me stop this. I'm also gonna change my model to 5.4 mini. Does that change the next one? Yes, okay, cool. What was I thinking? Can you open the pitch animations folder in Finder? Oh yeah, iTerm. I used to have an iTerm MCP, but I don't anymore. I don't know if I need one. Let's see if I can open. See if I can do it anyway. All right, 5.4 mini should be faster than 5.5. Can you update stream status to currently be doing auto research deep dive? Oh, it opened it? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, perfect. All right, guys. Actually, run the Remotion studio in this project. Probably didn't even need the iTerm if we can do everything through here. That's the idea. Oh, it's using the started Remotion studio. No, run the like web server so I can see it in Chrome and then give me the link. Yo, ciao Web3. We got 2 Web3s in the chat. Technically Web3. Got my first public MCP server up today. Let's go. For Google Calendar and tasks. Let's go, let's go. Okay, supposedly this is running now. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. So I made this animation you see here with AI agents. Now, how do we set up a feedback system to objectively validate Remotion projects? I think that's my idea. Like, we need objective things to validate it. Does it need to be objective? I don't know if it needs to be objective, like, because one of the things I said is LLMs that judge, yeah. LLM that judge, yeah. That's subjective. Well, can be yeah, it's subjective, but it can be quantitative as well. There's also like a lot of variance in LLMs that judge. Like, I don't like it as much. Is there a way to save this? I keep losing. My files. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any ideas of like how we could auto research or improve on a loop something like video generation? I think LLM as judge is one way to do it. Let's see. I want to set up a feedback system that, okay, we're going to switch to 5.5 for this. Oh, it's not in my picker for some reason. But it does work if I just custom 5.5. Hope that doesn't make issues. We don't know jack about videos. Okay, maybe videos isn't the best. Let's see what else we had recently. Different skills, agents, Rust. Ooh. Interesting. That could be. There's something I can get running quickly. I think this, yeah, I'm going to do this Remotion. We're going to get, I'm just going to show you the prompt. I'm pretty much going to do LLM as judge. I'm going to try to do it with codex auth API. Is that possible? I think that might be too difficult. We'll use a free open router model. Actually, I think can you just do open router free? Yeah, okay. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna say build a feedback system that looks at. We need visual analysis too, man. Setting up this feedback loop, I think, is the hardest part of building an auto research loop. It's pretty much the crux of it. If you like get it right, it's going to do so much better. And for something like UI understanding, that's a tough one, especially if you're trying to use weak models. So I'm thinking of pivoting. Do the optimization. Let's do optimization. Okay. Let me find Augie here. Okay. Well, Augie, pretty much I want to build an auto research feedback loop to continuously optimize the performance of switching back and forth between multiple large sessions inside the app. I want to use the Electron CDP protocol. Research and set this up for me. First, make the plan before making any code changes for me to approve. Okay. Auto research. Just going to give it this. There's a lot of frameworks that take the concept of auto research, but I think you should use the main repo because it's just like distilled down into those free files pretty much with 3 concepts. Okay, that's going to cook. I might get some cucumbers to snack on while we wait. Feel free to drop some questions in the chat. I'll read them when I get back.
Stayed in my heart. Still breaking down the pain. I'm going to stay. But don't be afraid to be away. I can't keep going. For the place inside my mind. I stayed in my room. I still breaking down the day.
Okay, I think GPT 5.5 understood the mission. Didn't make any code changes, but looked at Karpathy AutoResearch and decided to make fixed benchmark scenario, repeatable CDP measurements, results log, candidate optimization, compare, keep, and discard. think that works pretty well. Gonna improve the full plan.
Stayed in my own. I still breaking down the day. I'm gonna stay. But don't be afraid to be away. I can't keep going for the pains that's inside my mind. I stayed in my own. Still breaking down the day. I stayed in my home. Still breaking down the day. I stayed in my home. Still breaking down the day. I stayed in my home.
Hello.
So yeah, I think it's obvious that like the setup of the like feedback loop is the hardest, most time consuming and important part. So yeah, you can expect it to take, I don't know, I think this has been at least 10 minutes, maybe a bit less. And then that's just the first prompt. Like, probably have to go back and forth with it for 20 minutes or so. That's if you have like, especially a complex problem like, yo, what the fuck? Oh, I'm not getting these YouTube comments. Sorry, guys. Damn, here. Dude, this is probably a while ago. My bad. What's up? I see through and Keegan. I want to ask why you settled on chess opposed to Wordle. Chess is such a harder, more competitive problem. Wordle is largely luck based and like just not as hard. Aesthetics is subjective, yes. But there's like some core principles in UI you could quantifiably, objectively verify, like do elements overlap each other? You know, is there like too much text on the screen? You could have that as a rule. But yeah, general like taste is subjective for sure. You'd have to define what each parameter is you want it to evaluate and give it examples of what is correct. Yes. Did I? Yeah, I didn't really do that, huh? Oh, I said. I mean, I think the way, what did I say? I said optimize the performance of switching back and forth between multiple large sessions. It is pretty vague. I could have said, you know, load time or first render time. That would be more specific and better. But I was hoping that it knew that's what I meant by optimize. Like, what else would you optimize? But yeah, you're right. That prompt wasn't as good as it could have been. Xlearn, what's up, XRLearn? What's harness engineering? Yeah, let me give you the overview. So when I think harness engineering, like you think of like ways to make a harness better. Like how do you set up a harness, configure a harness to make it better? And like what do we mean when we say harness? I think like agentic loop. So Pi is a harness, open code is a harness, open claw is a harness, Claude code is a harness, codex is a harness, the Ralph loop is a harness. Now what's new is kind of like the harness engineering of feedback loops, or yeah, systems that are outside of agentic loops. So like feedback loops, possibly no LLM here. So that's like any test suite in a code base. Actually by itself, yeah, can be a feedback loop. Sorry. Yeah, and that's like kind of another side of things. Where am I going with this? Why did I separate feedback loop from agentic loop? Because yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider a test suite in a code base to be an agentic loop, but I still think it's like a harness. Like a test suite is a harness. So it's part of harness engineering. And it does feed into this whole, like Andre Karpathy's AutoResearch framework could be driven from the feedback from a test case, test suite. That's kind of my thinking. It's not like too clear to me. This is like the first time I'm going deep on this. You might not really need to make that distinction anyway. All right, let me fix my YouTube chat from coming in the old chat. It should be working. Oh, let's see. Oh, it is. Okay. It's all coming in now. I don't know what was happening before. Wait. Okay, good. So yeah, I told Augie to help me optimize the performance between switching back and forth between large sessions. It's like trying it out, which is good. You don't want it to just write code without it trying to see if the code works. So it's trying to use CDP right now to yeah, like interact with the app. Let's see if we can see any. Oh yeah. Look, this is, I didn't do this. Lorem ipsum performance fixture. It's like building a long session here, which is interesting. It's probably like using a bunch of tokens. Oh no, it's just a smoke test. Wait 50 seconds, background throttle. Whether I should type check. Okay, looks like it's pretty much done with the smoke test. I'm gonna stop it and say, can you also precede a fake large session or get an existing one with over 500 messages? And then say over 500 slash, I was meant to be 1000. But I'm thinking like for the demonstration purposes, we can, yo, I have an idea. Let's make like a really simple one. Like just optimizing a Node.js while loop that has like 3 things happening. Let's see. Okay, let's try clone it and work off that. So I'm gonna clone AutoResearch now. Actually, I should have put that. Make dear AutoResearch. Test 1. Okay. Actually, I could have done it in there. Anyway, I'm going to make a for loop vim for, will it like while, wait, for, right, while let I equal 10. Man, this is the first time I'm writing code in a long time. While I less than 11, wait, let's see, greater than 0. Will this work? I think so. While I is greater than 0, let A equal 10. Console.log A times 2. Okay, whatever. It's just some random program.js. Should have probably done a Python one since everything else in this project is Python. If I go node program.js, wait, what did I call it? Program.js, yeah. Will it run that? Okay, cool. So this was just, oh, I never increased I. Oh my god. Okay. They should eventually exit, please. No, it should do 3 loops. Man, I suck at programming now. What the hell? Let I equals 10. While I is greater than 10. Oh, yeah, minus. Okay, there we go. That finally worked. Let's see. Understand the concept in this repository for optimizations, and let's make an optimization loop for the runtime of program.js with Node. All right, let's see. Hopefully this will be easier to understand and faster to make, because the Electron one, oh, it finished. Okay, so I added a dev only large session. Okay, you can also do that. Added that. Added CDP benchmark preset. Okay, so we have the feedback loop for the benchmark preset. What else do we need to finish the Karpathy AutoResearch loop? Okay, let's see what that ends up with. And then this should be relatively fast. It seems, oh, for 5.5, we're not on priority queue here. So actually on a day like today, it probably won't matter too much. We've built the measurement side. Okay. Definition finished. I've considered the auto loop finished when we have one command, all the sessions, results.tsv ledger. So is that part of Karpathy AutoResearch? Results.tsv. Yes, it is. Okay. So they also have a log in results.tsv. I do this in order. So it's still saying it's not finished. But we still need to do it. Okay. So I'm going to say finish it. This one's also going. Okay. I might go quickly to the bathroom.
I just wanna be a feel song. I know it, I know it's wrong. I know you feel it with this, and I just wanna feel you. I know that you want me to. I know it's all be with you. So deep with you.
Okay, this one finished. All right. So it takes Node 70 seconds to run that loop. And we have all the files there to see what we... All right. This is cool. This is exciting. So let's see what it changed. Why can't we see it and get status? I guess they're new files. Yeah. Okay, so it only made one file. Optimize program.js. For iteration, max iterations. Read the source file. Make candidates. Okay, interesting. This preserves the exact output while batching repeated console logs into a single process out. Runtime TSV was written on the results, which is likely can you make the changes to the original Py files? Also port the problem from Node to Python. Let's just port everything to Python. I think that'll make it easier to understand. As for the Electron one, we can keep that. That finish. Now complete. Damn, okay. Make a PR explaining this completely. Let's review this in a PR. Bro, why aren't my YouTube comments coming in? So lame. I have to restart it on this. Surely now. I'm just gonna keep it open like this. No whisper flow because I have DotAgents, my own. I'm not paying whisper flow. I have dot DUT. Yeah, okay. Should be good now. Okay. So is that gonna add separate program pi? Yes. Can remove the JS. Okay, and that one's gonna make it markdown. I want to understand this from the like fundamental file concept as close to the original auto research as possible. Should we talk about SpaceX buying Cursor? Or wanting to buy Cursor? Which of these sources would you trust to read? None of them. Give me all the facts about Cursor being like SpaceX wanting to buy Cursor. I mean, yeah, I guess WhisperFlow probably has the post-processing. I could probably enable that as well in Speak MCP. Woohoo. Here, prompt. Clean up text to have to be what the speaker intended. Remove repeats and follow their instruction. During dictation. Okay, let's see what would happen if I did that. Give me all the facts about SpaceX. Whoops, I mean Tesla and how their electric vehicles work. Would that work? Nope. It didn't work. I think there's like a setting called post-processing. I don't know where it went. Post. Damn it, it's not there. We lose it? It's not something I really care too much about, but damn it. Seems like transcript review. Damn. All of XAI's founders left this year. All of them? Did all XAI founders leave? Okay, Grok says April 21st, SpaceX posted on X announcing SpaceX and Cursor are working closely together. This deal is a partnership for AI model development, combined with a call option for acquisition. SpaceX grants the rights to acquire Cursor later in 2026 for $60 billion. Alternatively, if SpaceX does not exercise it, it will pay Cursor $10 billion for their collaboration. That's pretty dope. Damn. This is not a completed acquisition. It's a try before you buy. But they get 10 billion just for free if they don't exercise. I wonder what the terms are on, like, does SpaceX get to keep all the data that they will use in training? Do they get to keep the models? Like, how does all that stuff work? That's a big one, so maybe I'll ask that. Is there any information on who gets to keep, like, the data, the models that were trained, and all the other IPs if they choose to not buy Cursor at the end? Yes, all of XAI's co-founders other than Elon have already left. Interesting. There was 11 co-founders when they launched in 2023. Wow. Yo, Frosty, what up?
Not like they can make them delete whatever they save. They have to pretty much consider the training data already theirs once they let them have access to it.
Yeah, there's no details about whether they get to keep the data models or other IP. I think the data is somewhat easier to control, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, definitely probably a gray area there. Tick off SpaceX wants to buy Cursor from the stream status. That might... okay. Let's see how my loops are doing. So this is supposedly done. Let's see. Okay, we got a program.py now. An optimized program. So why didn't you change the fundamental files described in README? I feel like we shouldn't have made this. Clean it up. Dude, these prompts are no good. Okay, we have the PR for the auto research change on .agents. So their file is, there's a harness for performance testing. Okay, it's pretty much a test. And then there's a loop. Okay. No, I don't know if they expect me to review this, but I think, yeah, this one was a complicated thing to kind of get myself to review. Why didn't you change the fundamental? That's right. I avoided train.py and prepare.py because README says prepare.py is only fixed. So it's the experiment target for the real auto research loop. And you selected a separate file port. How do you want me to correct this? What if I train up Py to include Python? What if I program to target Python? So let's have a look at train.py again. Let's see if we can reuse it or we should change it. Auto research pre-training script, single GPU. I mean, that already tells me it's largely ML research focused. Should we see how David Andre did he change the original files?
This is a very useful. We need to kind of write our own. Okay, so let's go back into Cloud Code. I'm going to tell you what to do to see the inter website folder and to install Puppeteer and run this baseline script. We're going to benchmark our website of our expert. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have the results. So Puppeteer ran and it closed the Chrome faster than I could see it, or ran in the background. But basically, we have the medium load time 50 ms, which is not that bad. So we'll see whether AutoResearch can optimize this. Okay, so now the most important part.
Yo, what's up, Gassine? Long time. What am I going to stick Ralph on? AutoResearch. So the first thing I did was try to get it to optimize performance in DotAgents harness, which is kind of like what David Andre is showing here is optimizing website performance. But then I was like, it was a bit too complex. So I'm like, let's try make something as simple as possible, like just a Python while loop, optimizing that. So yeah, someone made an extension for AutoResearch for Pi. Yes, I've seen that too. Pi-AutoResearch, was it that one? Could compare it to that. That one is probably way better to just get started with. But I wanted to like just have an understanding of how the core AutoResearch works. I think there'll be some use in that before just going into the framework. Though, if you want to get started quickly, I think unless you're doing ML research, you should probably use one of the frameworks that are inspired by AutoResearch.
Of any AutoResearch loop is the program.md. So I'm going to go into our website folder, create a new file, program.md, and
okay, so David Andres made a program.md specifically.
This is the main file. And actually, we can use inspiration from Karpathy, like to read the program relevant to our heavily for this use case, any marketing use case, and to adapt it. So now,
okay.
Stage this.
So I think that's it. We just do the program.md. He didn't change. Oh, he did change train modifiable train.py all website files. Okay. So he is changing train.py. Obviously, I avoided train.py and prepare.py because README says prepare.py is fixed. Okay, prepare.py is fixed, but train.py can be changed. Okay, so modify train.py and program.py. So we shouldn't be changing prepare.py supposedly.
This specific case, I'm going to say do this next. Give it a clear instruction of what I want Cloud Code to do. To stage this, commit this as a baseline. So remember, if an experiment is successful, it commits.
Wow, dude, David Andres is doing XML prompting. Do this next, and then he puts next in XML tags.
Result into history.
Why does
if it's
he
not,
do
it does
that?
get reset and try something else. Now I'm going to say read program.md, run baseline, benchmark first, record results TSV, then begin the experiment loop. Do not stop or ask anything. Just keep running experiments autonomously. And there we go. We have our first AutoResearch loop running. Maybe I could create a separate agent and a separate Cloud Code codex.
Okay, so he's having Cloud Code pilot AutoResearch loop.
So slightly worse, looks like noise memory to confirm, still worse. Following protocol revert. Okay, amazing. So we ran an experiment and the speed of the website was worse. So it's going to try something else. And this is the whole point of AutoResearch. I'm not doing anything. My hands are up. And even if I was doing this, first of all, I would need to be a solid front-end developer. And second of all, I couldn't do it so quickly, right? So even if you are a great front-end developer and you know how to optimize websites, you're still okay. Now it's finally improvement. You're still not going to beat an AI agent that can generate hundreds of tokens per second. So it's finally improvement. Look at it, 33 milliseconds instead of 50. So we're already down 34% in.
So really, there's no agentic loop provided by AutoResearch at all. That's all done with Cloud Code or whatever you have on top piloting AutoResearch. AutoResearch just gets you to make 2 file changes, prepare.py and program.md, and it does the rest. Very interesting. Okay.
Matter of less than a minute. This is the power of AutoResearch. Okay, look at this. Another one. 28.
That's why I'm like, maybe these frameworks are overkill, over engineering. If all you really need is to change 2 files, that's what you should focus on. And that's actually a really simple problem. So I think even my pull request here, we can close that wherever that went here. Because this isn't like a fundamental way to do it. It's the same concepts. And to be honest, like I probably wouldn't. That's a good question. So I think the real way I should have done AutoResearch for DotAgents is actually cloning AutoResearch or bringing the files in to the root and only changing prepare.py and program.md. So that's what we should have now. Let's see. Git status. Yeah, so we've modified train.py. We haven't touched, wait. I thought that was a file we weren't meant to modify. I'll clean this up. Train.py and pro. I thought it was train.py and program.md. I'm tripping. Let's go back to the drawing board. Build your loops, setup.py and program.md. But it's setup. It's prepare.py. Oh man. Okay, so I wrote it wrong here. Prepare.py, program.md. Those are the only two files that need to change. Right? Train.py. Actually, no, train.py needs to change. Program.md needs to change. Prepare.py does not change once a loop starts, but I think this is just completely based on GPU stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Interestingly, David didn't seem to change that file.
Milliseconds. Another 15% improvement in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, guys. Yeah, AutoResearch is insane. I have a feeling that this is not the last video I'm going to make on AutoResearch. So again, if you want me to make more content on AutoResearch, make sure to subscribe. And if you are
He didn't actually show the file changes either, huh?
And there we go. So remember, if an experiment is successful, it...
And his benchmark MJS is a JavaScript file, which is fine. Like that feedback loop that I built, like that test. Okay. Prepare.py, benchmark.js, fixed measurement, read only. So that's the feedback. Read program.md, build our new website program.md.
Website speed. And then build our new of any AutoResearch loop is the program.md. So I'm going to go into our website folder, create a new file, program.md, and
so he has his project folder inside the cloned AutoResearch folder. And there he's kept the old program.md. But he's making the whole, I guess,
this is the main
all
file,
new files
objective
inside the website.
The baseline. So remember, if an experiment is successful, first record results. Yes, create a separate agent and a separate load codex, and obviously you can try.
Run the baseline benchmark first, record in the results TSV, then begin the experiment loop. Do not stop or ask me anything. Okay. So go benchmark.mjs. And I assume program.md, but no train.py. Could we go back to see that he make it train.py? Train.py. Oh, all website files. Modifiable. I don't think he actually done the okay, so he made the program.md, but I don't think he made a train.py.
This as a baseline. So remember, if an experiment is successful, it commits the result into history.tweak. If it's not, it does get reset and try something else. Now I'm going to say read program.md, run baseline benchmark first, record results TSV, then begin the experiment loop. Do not stop or ask me anything.
Run the baseline. Okay, so all you need is the test suite. Record that in results TSV, then begin the experiment loop. The experiment loop in this situation is there's no like file.
Just keep running.
There's no train.py.
First AutoResearch loop running.
Well, yeah, it's just running. It's Claude itself is just running that benchmark suite, getting a thing, and then recording the results in results.tsv.
Maybe I could create a separate experiment loop.
Okay.
Not
did he recording the results.tsv? So did he make results.tsv?
And there we go. We have our first AutoResearch loop running. Maybe I could create a separate agent and a separate Claude codex. And obviously you can try different.
We couldn't see. I mean, it's there. We could create one. Okay. Interesting. So wait. So we have now a train.py and a program.py. Train.py run time optimization loop. This repo originally used this train.py. Okay, so the way I did it was interestingly different to the way he did it. He did not make a train.py. Well, I guess his benchmark.mjs was his train.py. So he built that feedback just to, I think benchmark.mjs, can we see? Does he show the code? It's just getting, I don't think he shows it. Wait, he must. Create a benchmark file where it makes sense. Read the repo by Karpathy to understand where the eval script should be.
This is going to use Puppeteer to test the speed locally.
Okay, so
we should have
I'm pretty sure his benchmark MJS is pretty much a train.py.
the project running on localhost 3000. Let me see.
So we can actually ask GPT, like, explain the purpose and how it works of train.py and how it differs from original AutoResearch train.py. It's just like understand this before we blindly accept. Okay, so train.py is AutoResearch style optimization loop. Instead of training a neural network, it treats program.py as the experiment target. So this is the setup that we set up. Just a basic while loop in a Python file. So it points to that file, saying that's the one being optimized. It runs program.py as a sub-process, captures its output, creates candidate rewrites. So this, I think, I'm going to capture this because this is something I've seen. Happens. Okay, so train.py. We don't change prepare.py. And I guess this, yeah, we'll put that in build your loop. Logging system get results.tsv. So I think they put the commit hash with in results.tsv. It's like results.tsv commit hash. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Could go into that later. But yeah, create what to optimize and how. Maybe we should split up that. I guess it's kind of creates candidate rewrites. Candidate, I guess, candidate edits, changes is good. Changes. Candidates are only accepted if they produce exactly the same stood out as the baseline. Oh, okay. I mean, that's specifically for my, like, we don't want to change the performance. I mean, the behavior rather. Benchmarks, valid candidates. Okay, we need to make this bigger here. Benchmarks, valid candidates, logs results, and applies the best candidate. Optionally applies the best candidate. I guess, like, we'll put log results here. Results.tsv. I guess what to optimize is program.md, right? And how is train.py. I think this is how this works. Right? Let's see. I haven't read program.md. I shouldn't have called my thing program.py. It makes it confusing. Set up a new experiment, AutoResearch. Yeah, so that's like how to log. Each experiment runs on a single GPU. Huh. I don't know why we didn't change program.md. Guess we're not using it. How come we are not using programmed? Okay, well, how come we didn't make a specific program.md, and how does that work and fit in? Okay, but we're getting there. I think I've learned a bunch, which is good. We didn't update program.md because I focused on the executable piece, program.py. Train.py and program.py. The original program.md is important. It's the instruction file. Right now, after changing those, it's stale. It's supposed to be the operating manual. Yeah, like how. It tells it what files are in scope, what files must not be edited, what commands to run, how to log results. Yeah. It's not executable code, so it should update it. Next up, we rewrite it. Okay, damn. What is the role of train.py? Train.py is the main loop. Train.py does the work. It actually runs the... Maybe we can go that in here. It actually runs all of this. Like runs the creating candidates, runs the benchmark. It's the loop that actually does the work. What model am I on right now? GPT-5.5. Yeah, what to optimize. Oh, and how? What to optimize. How did they define it here? Let's just put what this site said. Train.py does the work. Program.py tells the agent how to work. So yeah, it's just like, I guess, a description and the actual loop. But did they reference each other? I guess program.md is more for the... Is it true to say program.md is more for the, like, the agent running the experiments and coming up with the experiments, and train.py is for the harness to actually not have the agent write code from scratch for the actual harness every time? Is that a way to understand it? Is it true? Help me learn. The thing is, this stuff isn't even in these LLMs, like training data, so it's like in context learning. Program.md is the agent instruction layer. Yeah, it tells the agent what to do. It's basically the research manager or lab notebook protocol. It doesn't experiment. It doesn't run the experiments. It guides the agent. Train.py is the executable harness. It's the actual machinery. It makes the experiment repeatable. Yeah, it makes the experiment repeatable. It's actually coded down like how it should run. Whereas the program.md, yeah, current flow, this is good. We should currently have that. Reads program MD, understands the goals to make, understands the goal. It runs train.py. Okay, here we go. Agent reads program.md. Agent understands the goal. Agent runs train.py. Creates candidate changes, benchmarks, validate candidates, logs results, optionally applies. Wait, why is this part in train.py? How does that work? How does create candidate changes work? If it's in train.py, isn't it deterministic or something? I don't know if that's the right word. Agent modifies program or train.py to count. Okay, so that's, it isn't in agent. Huh. So I think this is wrong. Or at least it should be wrong. It should be benchmarks valid candidates. Benchmarks current, like current changes. Optionally applies the best candidate. So there's multiple candidates? That's what I'm also confused about. Okay, I think this is how it works. Okay, agent runs train.py, benchmarks the current candidates, and logs them. And then agent views results, optionally oh my god. Agent views results, optionally applies the best candidate, and then modifies it, and the loop starts again. Damn, that's messy. We can distill it. Why did you tell it was stale? Where did I say that? So what current train.py does. Contains all small built-in search space. Okay, so create candidates is in train.py. Candidate creation is deterministic. Oh, in the current version, it means every time you run train.py, it proposes the same hard-coded candidates. Oh no, so good thing I picked up on that. Fix it to be true auto research. Damn. So our attempt at vibe coding an auto research solution failed on the first 3 prompts, I guess. Maybe it was my approach that was wrong, but also it helped us learn like how it should be run. I'm pretty sure this is how it should be run. Your agent reads the you tell your agent, read the program.md. And inside the program.md, it probably tells you about train.py. Yeah, it does. So that's your first prompt. Just like read program.md. Do what program.md says. And then so it understands the goal. Then it runs train.py. That's pretty much what program.md's main thing to run is. And train.py is like the second thing that you change. Really, these are the only 2 folders. You can have it be a different file as well, honestly. I think you could have like train.js or whatever. That benchmarks the current candidates. So you have to have that feedback loop here. Feedback signal. So that's actually... Oh, that's not that. Feedback signal. That's that, okay. That is that. So that can be tests at run, LLMs at judge, or whatever, you know, something that gives a feedback signal. And the results. Yeah, and then this loops back here. Okay. You asked about this file and it told you it was stale after you updated the other 2. Yes. Well, why did it tell you it was stale? Yes. Okay. So my agent never edited program.md before I told it was stale. So it was just the original Karpathy's program.md. So if it read it, it would have tried to do some like GPU optimization stuff. But I'm like, no, we're actually doing, what are we doing here? Objective, make program.md py run faster. That's literally what I'm doing. That's my auto research problem at the moment. So I have program.py. It's just a very basic while loop. Literally this. It just prints a times 20. Wait, what happens if we do it with... I just changed it. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that would work. I will revert it. It just prints a times 2. So it just prints 20, like, I don't know, 10 times or something. And yep. So now agent reads program.md, invents one optimization idea, edits program.py, runs python.train.py, validates the output, and keeps it. Okay. I also ran, and it prints that. I remove the generated TSV so the remaining code changes are. Have the first TSV log from for baseline, then start the research loop and keep optimizing for the next 10 minutes. Okay, so now I'm actually running the whole loop, and you do that just by telling your agent. Actually, I'm not going to run it in this because actually how it should work. Wait, I'm just going to say, is everything ready for me to start the agent by telling it to read program.md? Yeah, we're just going to create a new agent and literally just give it program.md. That's all I should have to do. And inside that, once it reads that, I'll just like tell it to read that. It should know exactly what to do. Everything is in there. Yes, it's ready. You can say read program.md and start the experiment loop. Okay. There we go. This is my first Karpathy AutoResearch. Let's see if it runs for more than 10 minutes and actually optimizes. And then we can probably see the log and see exactly like how it did it. We can generate the graph. That's one of the cool things about Karpathy's AutoResearch is you can have this nice graph of like objectively why it improved over time, which is pretty cool. All right. Gonna let this cook with some better music. What do we want? Lo-fi, deep house, chill. Okay, it made its first candidate, but it's not faster. So it's restoring the original loop and running 100 repeat baseline to reduce noise. All right. Looks like it's working. That's good. Now this is like an opinionated way to run it within a framework. I've set up harnesses before in the Vibe Code Cup to improve on a chess playing agent, and you can just do that with a prompt. Like the concept is relatively simple. You just keep testing different things over and over in a loop. Without a framework, you can have drift and go off and make regressions pretty easily. The stricter your framework is, the more chance that it'll align to your expectations. Yeah, I think that's it. We covered that. change stream status. We completed harness engineering. I think we're gonna leave the rest to later, so just say like wrapping up as the next current task. I actually have a solution to these issues. Let's see. Oh my god. Solution. Ask your agent what it can objectively benchmark, test, and improve on in your code base. It's like performance optimizations, got like A/B tests, pretty much like anything with feedback signal. Benchmark. Yo, DotAgents. Oh, sorry, that was DotAgents. You remember Speak MCP, Paul? I don't know if you do, but it's like rebranded to DotAgents now. It's a native app, so it has dictation like this. Like I can just talk. You were like, why not Whisper Flow? It's like because I have this app. So yeah, I mean we got dictation, but you can also spawn agents to do whatever. Yeah, we're updating stream statuses here, wrapping up. So that was all done. That stream status changing, all done through voice, through DotAgents, and yeah, I can do whatever. Reddington, what's up? Remember you? I'm sorry, man. Unfortunately, I don't, but I'm sure if you refresh my mind, I can remember you. I need some more details than just that picture doesn't ring a bell, or the name. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Okay, Prince is still promising. Yeah, we're still trying to optimize that loop there. I wonder if it'll try bitwise operations. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Maybe it'll speed it up, maybe not. Maybe we've already got the most optimal Python loop. How deep have I explored Pi? Not deep at all. Thanks, Reddington. Yeah, not that deep. As I said, like I've really enjoyed building and using my own harness, so that's what I've been doing the most, except when it comes to coding. For coding, you kind of want like super optimized agent loop. So I use Augie for coding. I could probably run AutoResearch on DotAgents just fine. But yeah, thanks for joining me on my research for harness engineering, which was essentially mostly just research, and trying AutoResearch for the first time, understanding pretty much train.py, program.md. These are the two files you end up changing, but you also, before you do that, you need to build your evaluation harness, get that feedback signal. Prepare.py is, yeah, their version, I guess, but yeah. hope you understood that. If you have any more questions about this stream, you can leave them in the comments after I leave, or leave them now if you're still here. I'll hang around for another minute, but I am wrapping up. Talking to a Meta employee who claims they have the crazy coding model coming. You're skeptical? Yeah, I mean, we would have been skeptical about Meta for a while, but they're actually like climbing back with their latest. The latest one seems kind of okay, right? Muse Spark seems okay. 52. If they didn't distill one of the state-of-the-art models to get that, it's impressive. And they probably have some cool stuff. I mean, they're not open sourcing it, so maybe they have like some architectural thing that, you know, they don't want to share. Anyway, yeah, I'm wrapping up here. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you next time. Peace out.